The government has said that there are adverse reactions to these vaccines. And I know that people have a wide range of views on vaccinations. It's clear that there are some people that will have adverse reactions to a vaccination. And when that happens, it will likely devastate the remainder of their life. And so it's important just to know that this fund exists and there's a process of being able to file this petition and seek compensation. It's a federal claim, it's a federal act. It allows us to actually take cases from all across the nation. We have people in Mississippi and North Carolina, all over already, and we can help them wherever they are. As I've gotten more involved in this, I've been alarmingly shocked at how little is known about this fund amongst the general public, but also amongst medical practitioners. They just don't even know that this exists.
They don't have a clue.
I've had situations where family has come to me with this 7 or 8 year old child that has had horrible medical issues, and they link it to the vaccination. But the vaccination occurred so long ago that the time has run out to actually file a petition. And so that's one of the things that is frustrating for me, because there is a lack of public awareness. And then you have people that may have had a viable claim, but they didn't know about this fund. They didn't know what to do. And so the time has passed. You have 3 years from the date of onset of first symptoms to file a petition. If you miss it, you cannot file a petition. You cannot get compensation. When you see these symptoms, talk to your doctor about it. Talk to a neurologist or an immunologist. Try to get information on this and get it documented in the medical records, and then act. Contact an attorney who does this. You don't have to ever report it to VAERS.
Okay.
VAERS is just an information collection site, completely different. Now, typically what we do is we want to make sure if we sign up a client that we do report it.
Because that might have to do with the injury table, long term.
Yeah,
You definitely want it to go on record somewhere as being a reported injury,
Certainly. I think for us, what we want to do is try to find as much valid information about what's going on, and because ultimately that can lead to policy changes that can help protect people. The doctor may not know about this fund, and honestly, they may fear personal liability. That's another thing that one of the goals of this fund is to allow doctors to realize that they're not going to be sued for these things.
Right.
But doctors don't know about it, from what I've seen. And so there is a fear when you go to the doctor, especially when you go to the doctor who administered the vaccine. I've also seen where doctors will quickly say, we believe that this is associated with the vaccine.
Yeah, that has happened,
Right, and if you have that in a medical record, that's very powerful in front of the court. A treating physician who will support your claim and says that they believe that there is a connection between the adverse reaction and the vaccine is very powerful evidence in front of this court. I can't really give a steadfast rule on that. I can see where there are instances where maybe an uneducated or unaware physician may fear. I certainly hope they don't do that. I have seen instances where my client has said these medical records are not accurate, but I've also seen medical records that are very supportive of my client's petition and claim. So I don't think there's one steadfast rule. If you trust your doctor, and if that doctor has indicated a connection between the vaccination and the adverse reaction, I certainly think that that's powerful evidence that you would like to get. The most important thing, the first thing, is to get better. I'm not a doctor. I'm not going to be able to say that I can give medical treatment or anything like that.
Right.
But we can try to help if there's certain doctors that they need to see. We can try to help that process so they can just get feeling better as much as possible, as quickly as possible. And that's like the primary goal for me, for my clients. Secondarily is actually what I do for a living, and that is to try to get compensation. And so if they go to an attorney early, then we can try to help make sure they have the medical treatment they need to get better, or heal as much as they can, but also help with the process of setting up the evidence necessary to give you the highest % chance of having your claim actually accepted and receiving compensation.